Are you down with TPP?
I'm not down with TPP.
No, you're supposed to say, yeah, you know me. Like the hip-hop group.
Don't tell me what to say.
Let's talk about Trump.
Let's.
When you see how well it works for Donald Trump, do you ever think to yourself, oh, maybe I should be more racist? And we should stay in touch. What's the best way to reach you? Email?
You've got mail.
Oh, we are 4 days away from the first presidential debate, and Hillary Clinton is taking most of this week off the campaign trail to prepare for the big event. That brilliant piece of tape with Zach Galifianakis was recorded last week, or earlier than that even. Here to talk about what we should be prepared for is Mike DuHaime, who worked as the senior strategist for Chris Christie's presidential campaign and was the Republican National Committee's political director at one time, and former Democratic governor of Michigan, Jennifer Granholm, a senior advisor for the pro-Clinton group Correct the Record, and who also played Sarah Palin during Joe Biden's debate prep back in 2008. She's coming to us live from Oakland, California. And that's a couple of long intros for you two people. Governor Granholm, let me ask you this question. We were just discussing earlier on the show, and I know we've talked about debate prep with you before, but we were discussing this on the show earlier. Hillary Clinton, should she go after Donald Trump, or should she just basically talk about herself?
Well, she should start by talking about herself. There's no doubt about that. But she can't let him get away with attacks that are untrue or statements that are complete, blatant falsehoods. So if the moderator doesn't step up to the plate, then I think she's got to correct the record, if you will. But you got to do it in a way that is, she can do it with humor. She can do it with a lighter touch. She can point out to the audience this and such. But I do think that you cannot let a falsehood stand.
What do you think about that, Mike? If you were advising Hillary Clinton and you had your boss encountered Donald Trump on a fair number of debate stages this last year, having seen that unfold, what advice would you give to Secretary Clinton?
I agree with the governor completely on that. I think that Donald Trump was very effective when he went at Jeb Bush, when he went at Ted Cruz, and I think they had a hard time. Responding to him because he kind of breaks the debate rules in terms of the attacks. Sometimes are very unpredictable, and I think that will be the difficult part for Secretary Clinton. But I agree that she should certainly stand up and I think be aggressive back.
So let me postulate.
I also think, John, I think that the moderator is going to ask, is going to ask some of the tough questions, the pointed questions against each of them. So the real question you're asking is, should she allow a falsehood to stand? Should she go after him in that way? Or should she affirmatively go after him, which might be territory, like, for example, on the Trump Foundation, which might be territory that the actual moderator might be going after. So she has to sort of gauge who she's going to allow to do the actual direct attacks on him.
Right. I mean, I think it's one of I'm turning to Mike and ask you this question just as a follow-up to that. I mean, I think the notion that if Trump decides to go after her in a head-on way, whether that's on her character, on her ethics, on some personal grounds, obviously no one would dispute that the right tactic at that point is to fight back. She can't just get beat up by him. The question, I think, is if Trump decides to go be presidential and try to be a softer, gentler, kinder Donald Trump.
Which he did in some of the debates.
Which he didn't, right. What does she do then?
I think she really should be trying very much to let people know her a little bit. It sounds odd to say for somebody who's been in the public eye for 3 decades, but while she's winning right now, she's winning based on people who really don't like her and don't trust her voting for her. And I think she can continue to show that command of the issues, but I think if she can show her human side a little bit more and get people to like her a little bit more and just kind of take that edge off a little bit, I think that'll help her a lot.
Governor Granholm,
wow, I cannot believe. I mean, we're both agreeing. I'm thinking, boy, am I saying something wrong? Because I agree with you on that. I mean, people don't have any doubt that she knows the issues. You saw in the polls today, people see her as a commander-in-chief. She doesn't have to prove that. But what an opportunity for her to show that lighter side. I'm so glad you showed the Between the Ferns interview, because she's got game. I mean, she's totally good. She's got a great sense of humor. It'd be nice to have her enjoy it, be the happy warrior.
I don't think people see that, Governor. I agree with you are saying. I don't know if people see it. People outside of you and others who may know her. I don't think people ever really see that side of her.
Governor Granholm, is there a way in the context of a debate, which is an inherently kind of gladiatorial enterprise, is there a way for Hillary Clinton to do some good for herself in terms of helping her what is a problem for her, which is the perception that she's not honest, not trustworthy? I mean, there is ample polling, right, that people find Trump more honest and trustworthy. Is there something she can do to help repair her negatives in this context?
Absolutely. I mean, the interesting thing is, if you watched or read the right websites, the echo chambers that are on both the right and the left, right? So people on the right who are not in favor of her have this image of her as, this demon in some ways. She's going to be able to have them watching her, and she will be able to present herself in a way that they might be surprised at, in a way that allows her to be human like that. I think, this idea of her, her showing her heart, her soul about why she's running, who she's running for. She's running for them. She wants them to see it. It's not just about the details of her policies. It's why she's there, to show the real her. I think there is a huge opportunity for that.
What's your advice to Donald Trump if you were advising Donald Trump about how he should conduct himself and what his main goal of this debate should be?
I would think to show that he's got some chops on the policy side. I think that's where people have doubts. That's certainly where Secretary Clinton, people will assume that she will have a great advantage. She should have a great advantage on that. And I think that's where the question will be on Donald Trump. So I think this will be the first opportunity where he really has to probably answer some tough questions in long format. And I think to show some depth on policy will really strengthen him a lot and allowing maybe people to see him as more presidential than they do before the debate.
I got one last question.
And John, wait, John, but can I just say on that?
Yeah.
So you have said before, and Mark has said before, that the bar for him is low. So her challenge, he's a TV star, he knows how to deal with the camera, but he doesn't know policy that well, or at least he hasn't shown that. You guys, I just hope, as you review this, that you do not allow that low bar to exist for him. They should be dealt with evenly. They should be held to the same
John,
standards.
I'm not going to boss you around,
don't just give it to him.
Seriously, I just want to tell you both that we always have a high bar here for guests, and you guys have both cleared that high bar today with flying colors. The question I wanted to ask you both was whether you think moderators should be fact checkers, but we didn't have time for that. You'll probably
Yes.
She'll say yes. Yes?
Yeah, I do think so, yes.
Oh, DuHaime thinks the moderators should be fact checkers too. We have a love fest here on the set of With All Due Respect.
I can't
Governor,
believe
it's good to be
it.
on with you.
Okay, fabulous. Coming up.
Likewise.